Hello friends, welcome to Econ Show. I will be discussing question 11 to question 20 in this video of this UPSC 2019 prelims question paper. Let's get started with question 11. Question 11 says building Kalyan Mandapa was a notable feature in the temple construction in the kingdom of option A is Chalukya, option B is Chandela, option C is Rashtrakoot, and option D is Vijayanagar Empire. So if we see that Vijayanagar Empire and the Kalyan Mandapa, actually they both are related. Kalyan Mandapa were the very important mandapas where the religious and divine marriages used to take place, and it was very important from the Vijayanagar Empire's kingdom. Vijayanagar Empire also have various temple like Vitthal temple. We should also remember it for the future examination. Vijayanagar Empire is situated along the river Tungabhadra. So river Tungabhadra flows near Hampi, and Vijayanagar Empire was founded in the year 1336 AD by Harihar and Bukka, and Krishnadev Rai is one of the very important ruler of this Vijayanagar Empire, and this is the option D for this question 11. Now let's go to question 12. Consider the following statements. Statement 1 is in the revenue administration of Delhi Sultanate, the in charge of revenue collection was known as Amil. It is absolutely right. The in charge of the revenue collection was known as Amil. He was actually responsible for the collection of rents from the peasants and their land measurement and their revenue collection. So Amil was very important with reference to Delhi Sultanate. Always remember it was a Delhi Sultanate. It was not a Mughal India. It was not a Mughal time actually. The second statement is the Ekta system of the Ekta system of the Sultans of Delhi was an ancient indigenous institution. Ikta system, oh, yes, right. Ikta system was there in the Delhi Sultanate, but it was not an ancient indigenous institution. It was not an ancient indigenous. It was not an indigenous because it was originated from the Persia, that is modern day Iran. So the statement is not right. Let's go to question 3. The office of the Mir Bakshi came into existence during the reign of Khilji Sultans of the Delhi. So actually this statement is also not right because office of Mir Bakshi came into existence under the Mughals. So under the Mughals, office of the Mir Bakshi came into existence. However, under the Delhi Sultans, there was office called Diwan-e-Ariz, and it was started by Balban. Later on, Alauddin Khilji introduced the dark system to improve the quality of horses and their proper numbering. So this statement is also not right. So we got actually option 1 to be correct, that is option A. Now let's go to question 13. Question 13 says consider the following statements. Saint Nimbark was a contemporary of Akbar. This statement is not right because Saint Nimbark was not a contemporary of Akbar. Saint Nimbark was a 13th century philosophical saint. It was a 13th century philosophical saint. It was a 13th century, and Akbar was the ruler, or I should say the emperor, from the year 1556 to year 1605. 1556 is why? Because this is the time period when the second battle of Panipat took place. Second battle of Panipat. Second battle of Panipat. There was also one very important name associated with the second battle of Panipat, that was Bairam Khan. So statement 2, Saint Kabir was greatly influenced by Sheikh Ahmad Sirhindi. So Sheikh Ahmad Sirhindi actually is not right because Sheikh Ahmad Sirhindi was there during the 17th century. You see, it was in the 17th century. However, Kabir was there during the 15th century. So one cannot actually born before and could get inspired or influenced by Sheikh Ahmed Sirhindi. So automatically both the statement are not right. So we can say the statement 1 is actually was wrong and statement 2 was wrong. So option D is right. So let's go to question 14. With reference to the British colonial rule in India, consider the following statements. The statement 1 is Mahatma Gandhi was instrumental in the abolition of the system of indentured labor. Absolutely right. Mahatma Gandhi was instrumental in the abolition of the system of indentured labor. It is actually very right because Mahatma Gandhi took an opposition to the compulsory registration of the Indian population under the Asiatic Law Amendment Act of the Transvaal government, and this led to the passing of the Indian Relief Act of 1914. So endangered labor in the South Africa. Actually, this question is with reference to the activities and the work done by the Mahatma Gandhi in South Africa for the endangered laborers. So statement one is actually right. Let's go to statement second. In the Lord Chelmsford War Conference, Mahatma Gandhi did not support the resolution on recruiting Indians for World War. Actually, this is not right. Mahatma Gandhi ji did supported. Mahatma Gandhi did not. Mahatma Gandhi ji did supported the resolution recruiting Indians for the World War. Actually, he mentioned about that support in his very famous the paper that he published, that is called Young India. So Young India is also one of the prominent paper that he used to publish. So in Young India, he opined about these things. And statement third is, consequent upon the breaking of the salt law by Indian people, the Indian National Congress was declared illegal by the colonial rulers. Yes, this is absolutely right. The salt law, which were concluded in the month of April 1930, British British authorities were actually were not convinced with the way Mahatma Gandhi and the Indian people did and break the salt law. So they actually banned and declared the Congress illegal. So this is actually right. So we can say that 2 is not right. So we can delete 2 here, 2 here, and 2 here. So automatically option B goes with the answer. Now let's go to question 15. With reference to the Indian national movement, consider the following pairs. Uh, Here is the Sir Tej Bahadur Sapru, and the position held is President All India Liberal Federation. This is absolutely right. So Tej Bahadur Sapru was a member of a Liberal Party and he was the President of All India Liberal Federation. So this statement is absolutely right. Second statement is K.C. Neogi, the member of the Constituent Assembly. Yes, right. K.C. Neogi was a member of the Constituent Assembly. He was also the member of the first Finance Commission of India. So he was a member of the first Finance Commission of the India. First Finance Commission of the India. Finance Commission is formed in order to address the vertical and horizontal devolution of net proceeds of the taxes between the central and the state governments and within the state governments. Let's go to statement 3. P.C. Joshi. P.C. Joshi is a General Secretary, Communist Party of India, right? P.C. Joshi is associated with the Communist Party and he was the General Secretary of the Communist Party of India. So all the 3 statements are right. So option D is right. Now let's go to question number 16. Question 16 says, with reference to Mia Tansen, which one of the following statement is not correct? Actually, question is about not correct. Tansen was the title given to him by the Emperor Akbar. Right. It is actually not the title given by Emperor Akbar. It was given by the Raja Vikramjit of Gwalior. So Raja Vikramjit of Gwalior. He gave the title of Tansen to Tansen. So this statement is not right. So by default, this should be the answer. Let's read the other options. Tansen composed Drupads on Hindu gods and goddess, right? Tansen composed many ragas like Miyaki Manhal, Rag Todi. These were the very famous ragas and Drupads that he composed on Hindu gods and goddesses. Then Tansen composed songs on patrons. This is also right. He composed many various songs and various songs on the patrons. So it is right statement. And Tansen invented many ragas, right? He invented many ragas. To nowadays, even the ragas invented by Tansens are being sung by very famous vocalists like Pandit Bhimsen Joshi used to sing those like Miyaki Malhar, Rag Todi, everything. So option A is the right answer because it was asking about which is not the correct answer. So let's go to question 17. Who among the following Mughal emperors shifted emphasis from the illustrated manuscripts to album and individual portrait? Initially, the emphasis was on the illustrated manuscript, and it was during the time of Akbar. Akbar was instrumental in in promoting the manuscripts, and one very prominent being the Razmnama. That was actually the Persian translation of Mahabharata. So I should write the name. That is Razmnama. It was actually the Persian translation of Mahabharata. So Akbar at that point in time translated Mahabharata into Persia. So it was that, but later on the emphasis shifted to individual portrait, and it was the Jahangir, that is the son of Akbar, and he actually promoted the individual portrait, you know. So we can see the option C is right. Now let's go to question 18. Which one of the following national park lies completely in the northern, lies in the temperate alpine zone? So let's draw the India's map first. If we can draw it, uh, bear for my poor drawing skills. They may not be very good sense, but I will try my level best to at least make it a look that resembles the map of India. Okay, so here we can now, it looks somewhat resemble to map of India. Forgive my poor drawing. Let's see the option A. It is Manas National Park. Manas National Park, you can find it here. Manas is in Assam. This is the location of Manas. And Assam do not have any temperate or alpine zone, so it should not be the answer. Second is Namdapha National Park. Namdapha National Park is also to the northeast of the Manas, and it is also not an what should say, a temperate or alpine. It is a deciduous forest. Deciduous forest. So it is again like Namdapha forest is not the answer. Then there is a Neora Valley National Park. Neora Valley is in the West Bengal. It is here. It is near the chicken's neck in this region of the West Bengal, because it is below the Sikkim, and it is here. It is Neora Valley. Then the fourth is Valley of Flower National Park. Yeah, Valley of Flower National Park is in the Uttarakhand, very clear, very close to these big Himalayan mountains, and it has an alpine, subalpine, and that kind of structure. So statement D, that is Valley of Flower National Park, whose location is in Uttarakhand, very near to the Himalayas, has this unique temperate alpine characteristics, and it has that kind of flora and fauna. So statement D is the right answer. Let's go to question number, I guess I have, yeah, I was looking up question 18. Now let's go to question 19. Atal Innovation Mission is set up under the Atal Innovation Mission was very in the news, and it was like talked daily. Atal Innovation Mission was actually launched by Niti Aayog. Atal Innovation Mission has an objective to create and promote the ecosystem of innovation. So innovation को promote करने के लिए, to promote the innovation and entrepreneurship. To create the innovation and entrepreneurship, and across the countries, across the country at school level, and also at university and research institutions. So it was basically a way to promote innovation in the country. It was established by the Niti Aayog, and it was called Atal Innovation Mission. So this is right. Question number 20. On 21st June, the sun. Up, you have to see that 21st June is very important in the sense that 21st June is called the summer solstice. That is the longest day in the northern hemisphere. Let me draw the map how the position looks like. Suppose this is the sun, this is the sun, and this is how your earth looks like. This is the earth. So not on this is your equator, and this is your Tropic of Cancer. So this is the day where you have the longest day in the northern hemisphere. So in this time period, that is your Arctic center, you can always see your sun, and sun never sets below horizon. So this is sun, and this is earth. However, if you see that Antarctica region, it is not possible to receive the sun rays, because the tangent from this point to the surface will not be able to reach to the Antarctica region. So statement, let's read the statement. On 21st June, the sun does not set below the horizon at the Arctic Circle. It is absolutely right. Statement 2 is does not set below the horizon at the Antarctic Circle. It is actually false, because sun is below the horizon at Antarctic Circle. It shines vertically overhead at the noon on the equator. It's not right, because equator is now here. Your Tropic of Cancer is actually that point where is vertically overhead, and shines vertically overhead at a Tropic of Capricorn. It actually falls. If you have written it here, Tropic of Cancer, then it could have been right, but it's not right. So not it is like it's not given, so it's not right. So we have left with the option A. That is the right answer. So thank you all guys. I hope you liked and enjoyed the video and some of the information that have been supplied to you. If you like the video, kindly like and subscribe it and also share it. Thank you.